Sushant's brother-in-law, Vishal Kirti, in a detailed blog post, has strongly countered the Lutyens media for pushing the bipolar narrative. This after a Lutyens journalist put out the claims of a psychotherapist who claims to have treated Sushant for bipolar disorder. In his strongly worded blog, he says, and I quote, "Unless proven in the court of law that Sushant took his own life because of a mental illness that happened without any foul play, which could be gaslighting, blackmail, covert medication or overt medication. This is not the example to use to create awareness around mental illness," unquote. Prakash Singh, who's been leading the coverage for Republic TV on this very issue, joining us on the broadcast. Prakash, you know, a very pertinent point raised by Sushant's brother-in-law, who has in the past also been very vocal as far as this particular case is concerned. But the fact that even the therapist has not really given out any evidence on his mental illness or whether or not he was a bipolar. Secondly, any journalist also, while quoting the same in the media, needs to be very careful and watch out for what they're putting out. It hasn't been proven in the court of law.
Well, certainly, you put it rightly that it hasn't been proved in the court of law that he was suffering from mental depression, and it's just a narrative that has been created so far. How can a person who would suffer from mental depression and deteriorating mental condition act in such films? He used to talk sense, and he had the intellect, and not only this, but whosoever have been interrogated by his close friends, Mahesh Shetty, or maybe some other 6 to 7 people, they have not claimed that he was suffering from some mental depression, apart from the fact that the two people, Rhea Chakravarti and Siddharth Pitani, have claimed. So the dots are getting clearer day by day that it's a well planned out organized crime that has happened, and we have already exposed the loot of finances of Sushant Singh Rajput, and the way the statements of the concerned people are varying from day to day, and the way Rhea Chakravarti gave a tutored statement the other day, and the way Rhea Chakravarti wanted a CBI inquiry, initially tagging Amit Shah in an Instagram post, and thereafter she moves to the Supreme Court demanding an inquiry from the Mumbai police, goes to suggest that they're not consistent in their views and their statement. So the Bihar police has stepped in, the Bihar government has also stepped in, the ED has stepped in. They're all looking into the financial fraud as well as the crime that has happened, if at all any. So now the important decision would be taken by the Supreme Court if the case is transferred there or not. But meanwhile, Sushant's sisters have appealed to the Prime Minister, seeking justice, seeking his intervention, so that the family members as well as Sushant Singh Rajput could get justice and the culprits could be nabbed as soon as possible.
Absolutely, because anyone who's mentally ill or bipolar, Prakash, as a matter of fact, will not be keeping up with his fitness regime, will not be planning on meeting his family members. So certainly a lot of contradictions coming to light, and the Lutyens media certainly pushing a false narrative. Thank you for that update. Meanwhile, for the last